Let's talk about why you should invest in yourself. Yep, you should. And I got a story to tell you of when I invested in myself going all the way back to my college years and how it paid off for me. So let's get started, guys. With the things changing the way they are with AI, and it's just a race now to get ahead. It's become real important that you invest in yourself. There's so many things that you can do to invest in yourself that there's really no excuse for not doing so. And I'm going to go over some of those things that you can do and why it's so important. The first thing is that you are the only asset that you fully control. If you think about it, you can control you. You can't control the real estate market. You can't control the crypto market. You can't control the price of silver. You can't control the price of gold. You can't control the stock market. There are so many things that out there that you can't control. Government. So, but what you can control is you. And by investing in yourself will set you free. I have done it multiple times in my life, and it has put me where I am today. I've been very successful, and I can go back and look at how did I get successful is because I invested in myself. When you invest in yourself, it compounds faster than money. I mean, think about it. If you invest in yourself, the growth that you get grows quicker than the money itself would. It's a crazy concept, but it does. It truly does. Your own growth grows much faster, and the money will follow after that. It increases your earning power when you invest in yourself with different tools, skills, and we're going to talk about more of that in just a minute of what those could be or would be. Um, it also makes you adaptable when the world changes. And right now, things are changing and they're changing fast. So you have to be quick. You have to be adaptable. You have to be able to pivot. And we've talked about that in a previous video. You've got to be able to change and move with the flow of the world around you because let me tell you, it ain't waiting for you. You've got to go do it, and you have to develop the skill sets and the tool sets to be able to conquer that and get out in front and get ahead of others because it's a pretty competitive world out there. And then confidence comes from competence. If you're competent on something, it just breeds confidence. And that's very valuable in the grand scheme of things. So, what are some of the things that you can invest in? Some of the simple things are just tools, hardware, software, trade tools, hammers, saws, levels, drills, just whatever you need to do the trade that you're in or you're interested in being in. You go acquire the tools, and then you also have to go acquire the skills to do that. Whether you go work as an apprentice in the construction industry or being a carpenter, being an electrician, what have you. Going and getting those skills are just they're priceless at the end of the day. And then develop real skills like construction, like being an electrician. Go through the process, the certifications that you need to do that. Figure out what those are, assuming that it's something you want to do and like to do. My dad always told me growing up, look, you need to figure out what it is you want to do, which is hard to ask of a teenager in the first place because they have no experience and never done anything. He used to laugh about that. But whatever it is you do, he said, you need to like it because you're going to be doing a lot of it. And there's nothing worse than doing something that you don't enjoy. You have to love what you do. It has to not be considered work. If it is, then it's something you probably don't enjoy doing. So that was something that he instilled in me at a very young age. And even at 19 years old, I didn't know. I knew what I was good at, some things I was good at, but I didn't know if I wanted to do those as a career or in the future. I just didn't know. It's a huge change, and I'm going through these conversations right now with my daughters. What do you want to be? What do you want to do? And I get a chuckle because I sound like my dad back in the day when he was saying, here we are. He at the time he was in his 30s, 40s, and he's sitting there saying, "I'm sitting here asking you what to do. How are you supposed to know? You don't know. I mean, but you have to go figure it out, and it's just trial and error, which really makes going to college crazy because if you go get a degree in something that you don't like or enjoy, or it doesn't have a job waiting at the end of the tunnel, that's a lot of wasted money for nothing. So it's a tough balance there. So if you're a Gen Z or a millennial and you're listening to this video, I'm about to tell you some things that hopefully will help you set yourself free and give you the freedom to be able to live a successful life and have a career that you enjoy waking up every day and look forward to tackling. Because at the end of the day, all of this is about solving someone else's problem. Develop the skills that you can take and go and solve someone else's problem because people pay for you to help them solve the problems. I mean, if you think about it, that's what most when you go to work and you do jobs and you're doing it to solve somebody else's problem, right? Well, the better you are at it, the more skills that you have, the more demand that you create. So construction. That's a big one. Learn how to be a framer. Learn how to be a electrician, a plumber. There's just tons of opportunity out there. Go figure out what it's required to go and do that. Whether you have to be an apprentice before you can become licensed, and then and we'll talk about what that turns into down the road. Learn how to be a video editor. There's just with the amount of video that's going on out there, there's always a need for a good video editor out there, or even an audio engineer, audio design, audio production. That's another opportunity. And these are just a few. I mean, there's tons and tons of opportunity out there. If you're willing to put your mind to it and you're willing to go and tackle it, you can do it. Then another thing you can do is invest in technical certifications and licenses, and not necessarily technical licenses. And here's an example of some of them that I've written down. Google Cloud. You could become get a certification in Google Cloud, Amazon AWS. They offer certifications that you can go take the courses and get certified in that. The same with Microsoft Azure. Those are three major cloud players right there that offer certifications to understand how their platforms work. Not that expensive to get these certifications. The more the merrier. Go out and research AI. Learn how AI works and how to write prompts, and learn how to use AI to your advantage to help solve someone else's problem who maybe doesn't have time to learn AI and how to prompt AI and solve problems. A lot of these companies are looking for data analytics people to analyze their data. They got so much data that they can't, figure out, what's what. They're looking for people to help them do that. Get certified in data analysis. Lots of certifications out there for that. Here's some that aren't technical related, like getting a real estate license. A real estate license is huge. The cost of getting a real estate license is like a couple $100. And whether you use it or not to become a real estate agent or broker one day, really, to me, the $200, $300, whatever it is in your locale to get a real estate license or to go through the coursework, it's worth it. Whether you become a real estate agent or not. My oldest daughter has pretty much got her real estate license, and there's a chance she may not even use it, but she understands how real estate works. She understands about mortgages. She understands about deeds, the different types of deeds. She understands the real estate comparable market analysis and how that works, how commissions work, the legalities of real estate. Most everybody's going to be buying or selling some real estate at some point in your life. And so if you have that information, for the low cost it is to get it, is better than not having it. And look, it's a good fallback being a real estate agent if you need to be one. A pilot license. Another one. Now, it's a lot of time. It's very expensive to get a pilot license, but there's a shortage of pilots out there. And if you want to be a commercial airline pilot, the sky's the limit, and they're making a ton of money. There's a huge opportunity there. And then, or cosmetology. My youngest daughter, she thinks that's something that she's going to be wanting to pursue. And so we're looking at, what are the options there. And so, especially with these young kids, they're opting out of college now. It's just not the same anymore. It's a lot of money. You go and you're not guaranteed anything. The unemployment rate for kids leaving college now is like 10, 11%, 10.6, I think last I saw. And it's going to keep getting higher. And so kids are coming back, coming home after school going, okay, great. I got this degree. I can't do anything with it. Nobody's hiring me. So that's, again, certifications, build your skill set outside of getting a college degree. And then probably the most important thing that all of this leads to, and probably the most important in investing in yourself that you will ever do, is invest in a business or businesses. That's key, because I own quite a few businesses, and some do have done really well, some have been okay, some make up for when others are down. It's income streams, it's revenue streams, it's a way for you to keep the balls moving and keep the flow of things going. And that's something that I've done, and that's investing in me and myself, is starting businesses. I've invested in all sorts of technology tools, computers. I've even done it for my daughter. My youngest daughter's a musician. I've invested into all sorts of audio design engineering tools, all sorts of computer software technology to help do audio engineering, production, instruments, you name it, to help her learn those skills at a very young age. My oldest daughter, I've invested in her in sports, because the things that you learn from sports are just, they're so valuable in life that you can't get in a classroom. And so they've been worth every dollar, and they're investing in personal development and your future. And so do that for yourself. As many businesses as you can without, you can't get too many where you can't, it's counterproductive. But and sometimes having one really good one is great. So think about businesses. And if I was going to advise or consult young adults right now, it would be, find out what you're good at, what problems you're good at solving for other people. Start a business and go get it. There are people that have a lot of money, a lot of capital, that are willing to pay someone a lot of money to help solve their problems, reduce their costs, and increase their top line revenue. And if you can do that, you will be worth a lot of money helping somebody else solve those problems. So let me give you a story of something I did way back in college, and and it stuck with me. And my wife and I, we were just talking with our oldest daughter the other day when I did this. It was like unheard of. So I was a computer science major, right, in college, just about my sophomore year. I was going to school full time. I was also working full time. I was also involved in the drum line at this school that was one of the best drum lines in the country at the time. And so I had, time management was key. But where we went to go do our computer labs was the top floor of this very old building. So the HVAC was not very efficient. And in the spring and summer and fall, it would be very hot up there. And then in the wintertime, it was very cold. So it just did not hold the air very well in this very, very old building. I think it was the oldest building on campus, and our computer lab was at the top floor. So this was a time when dial-up was just starting, MindSpring, AOL was just starting to kick up, and we were learning this time HTML. We weren't even really teaching it at that point where I went to school. It was COBOL, Fortran, so I was right on that transition of the internet, from the old mainframe client server technology to the new internet model of technology. And so we had to write code programs for class assignments. And so I had to figure out a way to be able to get that work done. And the labs were only open from certain times of the day. I couldn't go in there at 10 o'clock at night. It was closed. So what did? I bought a $3,000 Gateway 2000 computer. I'll never forget it. My wife will never forget it because she was going to school at the same school I was at the same time. So I spent $3,000. I went and took out a student loan and went and bought this $3,000 Gateway 2000 computer. At the time, if some of you older folks out there, I'm 52, you may remember when Gateway 2000 came out. They had the boxes that had the cow print on the outside of them. But this computer was the top of the line. This thing was the bomb. So I get this computer, I set it up, and I had at that time the school had just implemented dial-up capability to the server to be able to write your code and then submit it to the professor. Email was brand new. It hadn't been out very long. Professors all had email. So I was able to take that computer, leverage it during times that late at night when I couldn't go to the lab because it was closed. And I remember my friends would come in over to the apartment and I had my desk and this thing set up. And they'd look at me and like, dude, you're weird. With beer in hand, let's go to the bar. What are you doing? We don't have time for be messing with this computer stuff, dude. What's wrong with you? We're going out partying and we're going to figure out how we're going to, how we're going to pass this test later. We'll figure it out some other time. And so, but I ended up spending $3,000 investing, not spending. It was investing, but I did spend the money, right? And so it was a huge payoff for me. I ended up getting through college because of it. I broadened my skill set. I learned how to be good at time management. I learned how to leverage that tool to get me where I needed to go. And that $3,000 was probably the main reason of why and where I am today. And at the time, I really wasn't thinking about it that way. But I look back and I think to myself, that was huge at the time. And people looked at me like I was a weirdo. Like, what's this digit head guy? What is he doing here? Nobody owned a computer. I was the only one of the people that in my whole crowd and all the people I knew that had a computer. But it ended up being a massive return on investment because I got recruited 3 months before I graduated to a tech company out of Chicago and ended up making 50 grand a year right out of college before I was even graduated. I had the deal done and then I traveled 100%. They paid for my hotel. They paid for my rental car. They gave me $40 a day per diem. I mean, I was set, and 50 grand coming out of college is like making 5 million is what it feels like. And so, that was an investment that paid off. And so later in life, that turned into starting my own consulting company. It started into starting a real estate portal that became really successful. I built from the ground up. And then that turned into investing in tools for understanding how to invest in crypto. Over the years with technology has all come because I've invested in myself with technology and learned how it works, learned how it operates, and have then gone on to leverage that technology to help solve other people's problems, other problems for businesses that struggle or don't have the manpower to solve problems. Invest in yourself. That's the message for today. It's Christmas time. I hope you guys are spending time with family. I know I am. I'm starting to kind of ease on into this week. I always like it when Christmas falls right in the middle of the week, right? Because you can basically gives you a good excuse to say, you know what, I'm laying low right before it, and I'm laying low right after it. And I don't know. It's just a good vibe. Everybody just kind of tends to shut down and says it's time to get some R&R and move on. Merry Christmas to you. To all of those who have been following my channel, I appreciate you. The channel is growing more than I ever expected. And if you're new here, I'm GenX guy. I'm just on this journey here. I've got a lot of experience in tech and real estate and crypto and AI. And I've been around a while and I just eat, sleep, drink this stuff. So, and I've gotten into, doing YouTube. So, and I'm enjoying it. That's the video for today, guys. Do me a favor, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and enjoy your Christmas. Gen X guy out. See ya. Bye.